So in the second phase, get all of your basics in place. Getting your basics in place is understanding what are the components of a critical reasoning argument. How do you identify a conclusion? How do you identify the premises? How do you identify the structure of the line of reasoning, right? Is it a comparison argument or is it a cause effect argument, right? Get the basics in place. When it comes to quantitative reasoning, work on not just the hows, work on the why, what and when. What do I mean by that? Let's take an example of a LCM. We all know what LCM is. It's least common multiple. We probably know how to find out the LCM. But how many of us know what does the LCM actually mean? How many of us know when to take LCM and when to take HCF, right? So invest time in this. This is the second phase of preparation where you're going to get all of your concepts in place, and this is a crucial phase, right? Do not cut corners here. If it requires that you do dig deeper, you have to go through 2-3 material, you have to revisit your class 10, class 8, CBSE material, right? Do whatever it takes, but get this in place, right? However long it takes when you're pacing with the course, let it take. This is going to help you with the next subsequent steps. The third step, which is after this, when you're going through this preparation phase, in this second phase, you will do a lot of examples, illustrative examples, simple examples to iron out these basics. Then do practice for the sake of practice. Many times the practice that comes in stage 2 would not carry so much of answer options, especially in the quant section. The third phase is where you'll actually be working with answer options. So this phase, you basically look at different levels of difficulty of representative questions. These would be typically provided to you by the test preparation company you're working with, right? At this stage, how many questions you should have solved? Give or take between stage 2 and stage 3. I would say you should have solved about 1500 plus questions in the quant plus verbal taken together. Step 4, this is a very important step. Many people underestimate the value of this step. Work on at least one version of the official guide, right? One edition of official guide, right? You have done adequate preparation here. Many times you hear that official guide questions are easy. Yes, they are easy, but OG questions are real retired GMAT questions. There's nothing best than to be prepared for a question than preparing it with the rounding up your preparation with the official guide questions, right? So about 1500, 1800 questions that you would have practiced at stage 2 and stage 3. And then if you do all the official guides, you'll end up getting another about 2000 questions. That's 3800 to 4000 questions that you would have practiced in stages 2, 3 and 4. Do justice to those practice. If you got a question wrong, just don't say that like, I thought it was A, whereas they gave it a C. I narrowed it down to A and C. Mine was A, it ended up being C. So I got a 50-50 right. That's probably not the way to go about it. If you got something wrong, understand why the right answer is right. Right? Every GMAT question, the right answer is a justifiable answer, right? There is a clear reason as to why C is a better option than A when it comes to verbal, and when it comes to math, obviously you would have made some mistake, which is why you got the incorrect answer. Iron that out. The important thing to make progress is to not say that it is all subjective, right? Especially in verbal, I hear people saying that it's subjective. It's not subjective. There's a clear reasoning as to why the correct answer is the correct answer. Invest time, that's when you learn. Have an open mind to learning, right? So stages 2, 3, 4, adequate practice, about 4000 questions should keep you in a stage where you should actually target for nothing less than 740 in the GMAT. The last thing.